Before this video even starts, oh god, what's happening? I just want to say, I'm not going to edit this video at all. I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys. I'm going to talk to you guys like I would anybody that I'm friends with. Well, not like that because I'd get demonetized, but you know what I mean. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Now, the big question, is War Robots worth playing in 2024? This might be like a sensitive topic for some people, so don't take anything personally. I'm not attacking anybody in particular, I swear. Now, like I said, is War Robots worth playing in 2024? I think you could say yes and no, and here's why. For the no side, as you guys know already, move this. As you guys know, War Robots is extremely pay to win. Like, this is the most pay to win game I've ever seen in any of the games I've played. And how it happened is when War Robots first started. Now, this was a very long time ago, so I might not have the best memory about this. But when War Robots first started, I wasn't spending. I was a free-to-play player, just like most of you probably are. And I will say, in that meta, many years ago, there was a clear difference between people who don't spend and people who do spend. Well, not a clear difference, that didn't come until later. Back in the day of War Robots, when it first started, it was mainly about skill, right? Not now, where you can just spend the most money and just kill everybody without even having no experience about the game. You just be able to just kill everybody, as most of you know, with like those damper Ochokochis, you know, and those Ophions and Newtons. I sound so funny right now. I don't know what it is. Hopefully it doesn't sound too bad in the video, because like I said, I'm not gonna edit it. What else? Like I already said, back in the day, skill was a very big part of the game, and now it's just become pay to win. For new players, to be completely honest, for new players, I would not recommend War Robots. Now, don't get mad at me for that, but the reason I'm saying that is, free-to-play players coming into War Robots as Recruit League or whatever's the lowest league, as soon as some people see those offers, they're going to start spending immediately. And then you're going to have people with Mark II, Mark III stuff, you know, meta gear that you'd see in like Master Champion League and those lower leagues like what, Gold. I heard Expert League is like the worst league for most people because it's the main spot where people either have a very non-meta hanger, or you got people with Mark III, Damper, Ochokochis, and Ophions and Newtons, things like that. For players who have been playing for a long time, already have an established account, speaking for me personally, it really depends on the day. Sometimes I would be like loving War Robots and I'm enjoying making content about it, and other days I'd have to just turn off the game and just walk away because it just makes me that mad sometimes. Like, let's give an example. The other day I was trying to make an Eiffel video. It was Discordia, and it was a Bendy Bullet Eiffel video. As you know, I gave Eiffel the weird name, the Eiffel Tower. I was trying to make a video of the Bendy Bullet Eiffel, and what happened was I got attacked by, I think, 4 Newtons. Wasn't a thing I could do. Because what happens with Newtons is one lifts you up, shoots you. Yeah, you can probably survive one shot. Just not even counting them shooting you, right? They lift you up, right? You're in the air for, I don't know, 10 seconds. You land, another Newton lifts you up. And it's basically an Ares train, if any of you guys remember that. What the Ares train did was you'd have 3 or more Ares, Hades, or Nemesis. It was mainly Ares, which is why it was called the Ares train. So what they would do is one Ares would come up, activate its shield. Now this was before shield break, I think. Before you had all the broken stuff, one Ares would come up, activate its shield, and then once that shield ran up, another one would come up, activate its shield, and then so on. So as long as those 3 Ares were alive and they were all like together, you couldn't kill them. Unless you like ran into their shield or used like a shell or something like that. That's basically what the Newton can do now, except instead of invulnerability, it just makes you completely vulnerable. So you can actually do this with 2 Newtons just because the ability lasts that long and the cooldown is that short. So the Newton, you can do it with 2, like I said. 1 Newton lifts you up, you come down for 10 seconds, another Newton lifts you up, and because the Newton ability cooldown is so short, the first Newton will just have its ability back by the time you come back to the ground. So Newtons, major problem in the game, and it's not just Newtons in general. I feel like it's mainly the choke ability. Like I said, that's what I was talking about when I said the Newton ability, the choke ability. Choke ability is ruining the game. And to be honest, I don't think anything ruins the game more than the Newton does right now. So until that Newton gets nerfed, and until War Robots decides to start, doing things right and stop making all these broken new stuff, and the game actually comes balanced again, if it ever does, I don't think War Robots is ever going to be worth playing for a while anyway. Now, when I say future things, right, we need the broken stuff. I'm going to include a Shenlu and those weapons because that thing is going to destroy the game too. Like Shenlus, Ochos, Ophions, what else? Damper, Tamer, Subduer, Newton, Tonans Fulgur. That's actually about it, I think. I'm actually gonna count Discordia and the other one because Bendy Bullets, just like when Harpy and Siren came out with Chromola, Razador, and Smuda. That was the meta. Obviously, there's always gonna be a meta in War Robots, but I feel like obviously meta is going to be the best things you could use, but I feel like it shouldn't be so overpowered to the point that if you're not using meta, you can't beat meta. So let's take Sage Retro for an example, right? Obviously there's a meta in that, but the thing with Sage Retro is you can use non-meta builds and be able to kill the meta builds, like let's say like the Bulwark with Sinister Glacier. That is a very strong build, but it's killable. Things like Ochos and Ophions and Newtons aren't really killable. The Ophions are probably the most killable because all you really need is shield break, but even then it probably won't die because if you're using like Kestrel, you're gonna have insane speed in the air. Some of them might be using phase shift, and they got the Quantum Raider, some are using shield break, so it's really just a competition of who kills who first. That's how it is with everything, to be honest. Same with Newtons. With Newtons, when 2 Newtons are fighting, if you ever see 2 Newtons fight, it's basically whoever shoots the other one first, because most Newtons are maxed, so a Newton can take one shot from another Newton, but then the second one will probably kill it. So it's literally just 2 Newtons to each other, 800 meters away, by the way. 2 Newtons see each other, they both lift each other up. Whoever shoots first is the one that's going to kill the other one. That's just how it is. And it's not just with Newtons, it's with like Newtons fighting any robot. Sometimes Newtons will just one shot, I should say any Titan. Most of the time Newtons will just one shot Newtons will just one shot any other Titan. Even an Eiffel, I've experienced it firsthand. I'd be flying up in the air. When you fly up, you get like a bunch more HP, and one shot from a Newton will kill me sometimes. I don't understand how it happens, but if you've got a Newton, one shot, you're probably dead. And the thing is, because I'm not using Tonans and Fulgur on my Eiffel at the current moment, Discordia and the other one have less range than Tonans and Fulgur, so what a Newton will do to me is I'd activate my ability when he floats me up, right? No, he'd float me up when my ability's on cooldown, let's say. He'd shoot me from 800 meters away. It actually doesn't even matter if my ability is active or not, because he shoots me up, right? He uses the choke ability, he shoots me one time. If I'm not dead already, I'm very close to death. I activate my ability. Keep in mind, during this whole sequence, I'm still floating in the air. He shoots me a second time and I'm dead. So the thing with the Newton that I really hate, like I said, is funny how if you're using Tonans and Fulgur, You shoot somebody up, you have enough time to shoot them 2 times with the weapons, which is enough to kill basically any robot and Titan, which is a very big problem. So what I would do, to be honest, with the game, first of all, nerf all the meta stuff so it's not game-breakingly strong, you know? I think everything should be balanced. Everything should be within the same, everything should be about the same in like strength and stuff. You don't want, 2-3 bots much stronger than everything else. Same with the weapon. You don't want a couple weapons being stronger than everything else. I feel like everything should be balanced, and I feel like Pixonic is kind of doing that when they're buffing like older weapons, like, as you guys probably know, like Marquez, Dragoon, and Hussar are getting buffed. Same with Shredder and Chimera, while they're nerfing the Rust weapons and the Dot weapons. But I feel like they shouldn't do this like every update. I feel like there should be one time, just like how we had the drone overhaul a little while back, they should just completely change it. I don't mean change it like they did with the drone overhaul, as in completely change the drones, which makes it so they make more money, because pay to win is what's ruining the game. To be honest, what will probably be easier is just don't let people buy stuff. I feel like there's examples of games, like let's take Fortnite for example. Fortnite makes money because they sell like skins, cosmetic stuff. Fortnite's a skill game, which I feel like is what War Robot should be. Instead of, you shouldn't be able to buy like I don't think you should be able to buy meta stuff, right? That just seems boring, because people who have a lot of money, like we like to call them wallet warriors, people who have a lot of money are always going to be on top of the game. Like, I guarantee if you look at the Legend League right now, everybody in the Legend League is a spender. I promise you. There will never be a time where a free-to-play player is in Legend League. I promise. Because free-to-play players you just don't get resources like that. So it's kind of a shame. Yeah, I think that's the end of my rant. I don't really have anything else to say. I'm gonna end it right here, and then if I think of anything else while I'm listening to it, I will just add on to it. But yeah, this is the end. Thanks for listening to me complain about the game. Well, not really complain, but answer the big question of, is War Robots worth playing in 2024? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.